Well, here we go again. Another whale has washed up on the beach, fueling the debate. I'll have a recap of last week's shows, a Striper Year of the Young recap, and I'll also share with you some of my freshwater action from last week. More on what's going on in the February issue and our correspondents check-in from the south as well as the north. All here at thefisherman.com.
The Fishing News is sponsored by these fine partners.
On the topic of all these dead whales washing up on the Long Island and Jersey beaches, is the survey activity from planting wind farms causing these events? We still don't know. Some blame the dead whales on boat strikes and want a speed restriction on larger sport fishing boats. What's your opinion? Please leave your comments below. New Jersey Delaware Managing Editor Jim Hutchinson has more on this subject, so click on the card in the top right to hear his insights.
It's the all-new Freeport Fishing and Boating Show, February 18th and 19th. Get your fishing and boating season started with over 50 exhibitors and seminars from pro anglers. Fun for the whole family. For more information and advanced ticket discounts, visit freeportfishingshow.com to be part of the fun.
So the New York DEC has released their annual results from the Striper Year of the Young survey in the Hudson River. If you're not familiar with how these samples are taken or how the numbers are calculated, the DEC officials collect samples over a series of weeks at several predetermined locations using a seine net. The species in each hole are counted and cataloged, and then they take the counts of the juvenile striped bass, compile them, and calculate an average for the entirety of the study. The DEC conducts this survey every single year so they can monitor the spawning success of striped bass in the Hudson River. So, for the results, while Maryland's Chesapeake Year of the Young numbers are down for 2022 and Virginia's surveys are mostly static, the latest report from New York's Department of Environmental Conservation shows Year of the Young abundance index for the most recent spawning class to be above the long-term average. For the full write-up in the magazine, click on the link in the description below. Don't forget that this video is available as a podcast on iTunes and Google Podcasts. Search for the Fisherman Magazine podcast and subscribe so you can listen to this broadcast and our other content. I want to thank everybody for stopping by the booth at the New York Boat Show and the flea market last weekend, and I got to meet and greet many of you in person. On the 19th of this month, I'll be at the Freeport Fishing and Boating Show behind the booth and giving a seminar. The day before, on the 18th, I'll be in Jersey at Surf Day working the booth and giving a talk on shorebound fluke fishing as well. These are both great shows with great deals on tackle and gear, plus informative seminars. Hope to see you there. Don't forget when you're at the show to renew your subscription to the Fisherman Magazine and get a package of BKK hooks and fish bites for a new subscription or renewal. And being a subscriber allows you to enter into the Dreamboat Contest and Coastal Kayak Clash. So stop by, say hello, and we will sign you up. The February issue is out now, and Alan Riley has a great read on getting prepared for the upcoming season. Now is the time to get your gear ready, and Tony Salerno has a great article with some great tips as well. And if you're into plug making, then check out New England's editor Dave Anderson with this informative read, all in the current issue of the Fisherman Magazine. So now for some actual fishing reports. I took advantage of the mild weather we had last week and bounced around at a few of the local freshwater ponds near me. Using small rapalas and paddle-tail shads, I accounted for some good pickerel action with a few largemouth bass mixed in too. It seemed that a slower retrieved worked better for the bass, and the pickerel wanted something a bit quicker. I did also hear that some of the lakes stocked in the fall, like Upper and Yaphank, Westlake and Patchogue, and Argyle and Babylon, were holding stock brown trout. I plan to give them a shot this upcoming week as well when it warms back up again, and I will report back to you. With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. Here I am. I'm at the Fly Fishing Show over in Edison, New Jersey. I look forward to the show every year. It is just an absolute great time. A lot of people here. If you're into fly fishing, this was the show. Unfortunately, by the time you see this, it's over. But I can't wait to get out there and to fish some more. This really pumped me up. Saw all the great new products, met all the great people. It was a terrific time. I can't wait. The reports are freshwater, Connect Quad, loaded with fish. And with this weather, there's no reason not to get out. I'm going to be out there this week. Hopefully I'll be catching some fish. And I'd like to introduce you to all the great people that I met here. It was a terrific time. So, until next week, tie lines, everybody.
Over in Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Hope everybody's staying sane in this off season and cabin fever hasn't gotten the best of you. Times it's gotten the best of me. I've been hearing more and more talk about, targeting those holdover stripers, especially with everyone kind of chomping at the bit to get to the spring. They are around. It tends to be like creeks, estuaries, any kind of like brackish water. Same spot that some people are getting white perch, run into a couple of striped bass. If you want to go with bait, worms are, definitely a choice. If, you like myself and prefer artificials, it's going to be, very light tackle, half ounce to 1 ounce jig heads with soft plastic paddle tails, like a Swatter, an SP minnow. And typically outgoing tide attempts do you a little bit better when that warmer water starts to move out. It seems to kind of trigger them, even though overall it's very cold, these fish are not going to expand a lot of energy. So really, really slow retrieve. And, it tends to be, from what I've heard, I haven't really run into it, but, you get into one, they tend to kind of like school up. So if you find the spot, you should be able to get into a few of them, but might take a little time to find those. So that's one thing to help keep the sanity. We've got some shows coming up. We're going to have the Ward Melville Fishing Club show. That's the first week in March. Going to have a Freeport show, a couple weeks at Freeport Rec Center for New York Sport Fishing Coalition. So there's that full schedule. All the shows, obviously, on the fisherman.com. And, if you're going away to go fishing somewhere warm, definitely send us some pics and reports. We'll have to share them with everybody here. You just want to give us a fishing story, reach out. All right, till next week. Back to you, Matt.
Let's check in with Chris Landry from down south. Get it done.
Thanks, Matt. What a crazy week it's been. I went to Venice, Louisiana with the Brooklyn, New York Rockaway crew, and we got on some big fish by the oil rigs. I got a big kingfish, we got big snapper, Amico jacks, a variety of species. We did not, however, get on the tuna, but we're going to be back because we have a score to settle with the tuna. They are biting down there. It is a hot bite. A couple days later, I came down to Miami where I did get on some blackfin tuna and a variety of other species on reward charters. I'll be down here for a couple more days because it's tough fishing in New York, but actually Beast River has been catching slots and over slots. You got to give it to him. He's fishing year-round hard and he's pulling out big fish out of the river. I'm going to wait till it gets warmer out for those stripers. I'll keep coming down to Miami and Louisiana and other places around the world to get on these tuna and kingfish and wahoo and big fish. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you. Tight lines, and back to you, Matt.
Let's check in with Dave Rogers. Dave.
Thanks, Matt. Not much going on by me on the saltwater front, but due to the unusually warm weather, I was able to find a great freshwater bite in a local lake. I used super lightweight tackle. We're talking about 132 ounce and 1/16 ounce jig heads paired with 3.5 inch Kitech paddle tails. And the colors we used that day was white and chartreuse. Turns out it was a great day for fishing because we landed a variety of species, including bass, crappie, look at those cool colors, and pickerel. All the fish were caught while allowing the jig head to sink to the bottom and slowly retrieving it back while giving the rod slight twitches. It was really cool seeing the variety of species this one Kitech plastic could catch, and all on the same day. If you can only bring one lure with you to the lake or pond, a small jig head with a small soft plastic is a great option. Make sure to check out all my catches from that day by subscribing to Funky Fishing on YouTube. Stay safe and warm, everyone. Back to you, Matt.
The Fisherman magazine has finally launched their apparel store, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts. It's all online now and free shipping with orders over $100. It's the perfect gift for yourself or the angler in your life. Visit thefisherman.com/shop or click on the card in the upper right. Support our correspondents by visiting their websites and social media channels as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fisherman magazine for the latest content. We'll see you right here next week at thefisherman.com.